All right, so here's part two of what I was talking about. The first video. This is part two. So you heard part one. So thank you all for tuning in. I touched on some stuff, friend. Listen, I'm keeping everything real. I'm keeping I am real here. Let me tell you something. You are the greatest creator, and the body you are the greatest creation. Do not praise anything that's created. Let me tell you this. There's only I am. I'm going to read something to you to prove this, and then we're going to go on. I'm going to deliver some more information, because on this channel, I'm not going to do what I see on other channels. Beings will say, you are I am, and then they'll say T-H-I-N-K, T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G, T-H-O-U-G-H-T, M-I-N-D. They take you right back here. They pull you from here, put you here, then they put you right back here. No. A quiet brain is the best brain to have. A quiet brain is the best. A quiet, peaceful. Can you imagine if all the programs was down, but you pulled out of your brain? Like you had no ideas about nothing. It was totally clear up there. In Scientology, they call that going clear. And when you go clear, they call you OT, operating Phaeton. Operating Phaeton. Phaeton is a synonym for I am, or spirit. So imagine that you're walking around and you have nothing up here. Now, some beings, you're not no dummy. You're not, trust me, there are so many beings have so much information, so much education. Einstein said, one of the greatest head guys here that was here, he said, no amount of education or accumulated knowledge can equal the imagination. Einstein said that. Now, that's one of the highest head guys that was around. But he got to the point, he realized, man, this is not the place to be. Right here is where I am. He realized that wisdom is greater than intelligence. So those of you who believe in the head, who intelligence is really good, yeah, do you really believe that? Check this out. Intelligently make your hand. Go right on ahead. You want to believe in the head, you want to believe in intelligence. Intelligently make your hand right now. If you believe intelligence is so great and so grand that that's where you should be focusing in your head, take your head and make your head. That's right. Go ahead. Get up in the brain. Go up in the brain and make the brain. Can you do it? Excuse me. I retract the word it. Can you do I am? Call up all your intellectual friends. I got my college degree. I got a degree and all that. Call them up. All your friends who are one guy told me I was in a plane. He said, all my friends, our brains fire fast. So what? But did you make that brain that fire fast? I was just looking at the guy as wisdom. I didn't even argue with him. But I'll put it to you like this. He was behaving in a way that was very non-loving toward me and had no reason to do that. So I just stayed, because I'm spiritually sound. I just said, okay, man, I got to get this play finished. I'm going to come here. I got to do these rehearsals, do these production, man. I'm not going to give into this. So his brain was firing off to be uncool with me, but I was like, hey, if it came to it, I boxed 4.5 years. I studied martial arts and very good at wrestling. I already knew I could take care of myself. So I wasn't worried about anything. I just looked and said, okay, blessings, man. Now, if his heart was firing as faster than his brain, he would have been cool with me, because I gave him no reason to be uncool. But because he was up here, that's what he was doing. Now, here's the deal. If you stayed by yourself and you firing from up here, you would be uncool to yourself. You are. If you stayed if you stayed to yourself and you firing up here, you'll be uncool to yourself, to the body you are. The self you are is the I am. I'm telling you, this is not the place to be. Right here. The more intelligent someone is, the least compassionate they have. Now, hang out with somebody that has zero compassion. Tell me how much fun you're going to have, how much love you're going to feel. I'd rather hang out with someone who has zero intelligence, but enormous and immense compassion. Okay? And then I tell you again, intellectually, take your intellect right now and create what you call the intellect. Go ahead, take your intellect. If it's so, you believe in the intellect so much. I mean, look, I am created man, and man is creating artificial intelligence. Okay? Still can't beat I am. Because all I am got to do is stop breathing as anybody. I don't care how great a scientist be, all these people creating all this technology. All I am got to do is say, before you were, I am. I'm taking the I am out of that body right now. And you're done. Now, let's see, can intelligence bring that being back? Now, I'm shooting down intelligence. I'm shooting down this head process. You know I'm telling the truth. None of you who listen to this video can make your finger. I'm talking about one finger. Take the intelligence you are and call up your friends who are all intellectually driven and stimulated and ask, let's see, can you all make a finger? Just one. All put on your heads together. Even call your professor in college. See, can you make a finger? Oh, and I'll make that even easier for you. See, can you make a fingernail that grows and that you can clip off and then it grows and then I am grows back? Not no it, I am grows back. See, can you make that a live fingernail? I don't mean no fake nails you can go to a nail shop and get. I mean a live fingernail that can grow out of your finger. You can clip that fingernail and then that fingernail grows back. You have to clip that fingernail again in a month. Make that one fingernail. So I'll take you off the hook with trying to make a finger. Because I know you can't make a finger. And I know you can't even make a fingernail with the intellectual intelligence you are. So who you believe you are is nothing. Who you believe you are is nothing. And that's what's getting in the way of what you are. So some of you beings your success, you can have monetary success. Monetary success. But then there's something else that you know that you love being. Well, I am is the way, baby. I'm putting out my table and I have a sign that says, what's your problem? I am the answer. What's your problem? I am the answer. What's your problem? I am the answer. Each being got a problem. And then when you roll as I am, the problem is gone. Problem solver. Problem solver. Questions, answers. Intelligence, infinity. Intelligence, wisdom. Finite, infinity. The created, the creator. Now, the first organ in a woman's body where the doctor can notify her that she's pregnant is the heart. Do you know the heart create all the other organs? I am created the heart, but I am established the heart first as the first organ, and then the heart creates all the other organs. The heart is a superior organ in the body. Now, you can put your ear to your liver. You can't hear a sound. To your spleen, you can't hear sound. To your pancreas, you can't hear sound. To your lungs, you might hear some. No, you won't even hear sound with your lungs. You can put your ear to your kidneys. You can't hear sound. But when you put an ear to your heart, you hear a sound, baby. And sometimes in the solar plex, you'll hear some sound. Do you know these are the two most important places? Three most important places in the body. The heart chakra, solar plex chakra, and the male and female chakra. Those are the places of creation. Now I'm going to tell you something. You can actually see as the heart. You can train redirect your vision you are as the heart. You start seeing as the heart instead of seeing. Wow. Now, I put things in perspective for you. For those who believe you should go to the head. Anybody telling you the THINK, THINKING, THOUGHT, telling you the WANT, or telling you to get something in the MIND, you should stop listening to them fast. Because they're taking you in the wrong direction. Because THINK, THOUGHT, THINKING, MIND, brain, they are not the creator. The brain is created. THINKING, THINK, THOUGHT are all illusions. They're not even real. So when you're working up here, you're working from a non-real place. But you're taking this non-real place and getting in the way of the real place you are. Yeah, I'm bringing this home so you can get this. Then I talk about I Am book. People, I'm telling you, you're on this channel. I purposely do things with grammar. I tell you, I break the grammar rules. I take the letter R off the word yours so you can feel this. That I'll say, give you epitome, your family. So you feel like, oh, I'm here, my family's there. But when I take the R off and say you family, you feel the inclusion. No separation. I said in the other video, part 1, many beings will say, I've seen this, they want a serious relationship. Stop asking for a serious relationship. I know what your intentions are. What you're saying is you prefer to have somebody in your life who won't come in and stop playing games. But say this. This would be better for you. And you can say this right now and you can feel the difference. And don't say you, W-A-N-T, because Psalms 23:1 says, I am self, I shall not W-A-N-T. And then the very next chapter shows you why. Psalms 24:1, I am the earth, the fullness thereof. Cars, money, homes, jewelry, whatever you love having, whatever you love experiencing, right? And then it says world, and then all of those who dwell therein. All those who dwell therein. So this is what you say, and don't try to manipulate somebody to be with you. You got some beings out there, they want to work from here. They want to go out there and work some type of magic on somebody and confuse someone to be with them. That's not I am. You don't take this wisdom and then now use it to try to manipulate somebody's brains and make them be where they wouldn't have chosen to be. Yeah, there are beings out there doing that. They call that witchcraft. Taking I am, the power they are, and then using the opposite. But guess what? Here's the deal. Whatever you do to someone else is done as you. You cannot escape the I am you are. That's what they meant when they said ignorance of the law is no excuse. There are no laws. There are laws in the legal books, but as far as the universe, there are no laws. There are no spiritual laws. That's another bad teaching. There's no M-I-N-D. There's no subconscious M-I-N-D. There's no laws of attraction. There's no universal laws. There's no M-I-N-D. That's all that's taught. I am is the only one. I am the creator. Man is the creator. Man created all this other stuff. Let me read something to you right now to prove that. Let me read something to you right now to prove what I'm saying. Hold on. I'm about to read something to prove what I'm saying. There are no laws of attraction. There's no M-I-N-D. There's no subconscious M-I-N-D. There's no laws of the universe. See, they're creating false things to have you look out and worship. It's time to stop worshiping and bowing down and creating idol worshiping. It's time to stop idolizing. Then what you're doing is looking away from the power, the self you are. You're looking away from the power you are and empowering something that doesn't exist. And then you physically bowing the body you down to that. When you're the power, as I am. Not you as the who you who. And listen, let's say for this whole, as you come on to I Am Publication, listen to this Amology series. Let's say you cannot T-H-I-N-K. I'm not going to use those words anymore. Let's say you cannot T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G. There's no such thing as an M-I-N-D. Let's throw that out. There's no such thing. So it's impossible for you to T-H-I-N-K. Boom. Your brain is quiet. A quiet, peaceful brain is the best brain to have. Trust me, you sleep better at night. You get 8 hours and 9 hours of sleep. You wake up feeling fully rested. You look your best. When you don't get your rest, all your sleep, you don't look your best. You don't feel your best. When you go to sleep, boom, you feel nice. Your brain is not bothering you. Monkey brain. That's what some of the Buddhist monks call it, monkey brain. Your brain's all active, won't let you sleep. When your brain is quiet, peaceful, man, you sleep well, you look well. Even if you're walking around throughout the day, you're serene up here. That's what meditation is. When you go into meditation, you silence this. So there are a lot of ways that once it's in silence, great things happen. You start hearing the self you are. This noise is not bothering you. So your brain was put with the body for a good reason, to work with the nervous system, the blood, but the brain was not meant to repeat programs and false information back to you to challenge the truth and the self you are. That brain was not created for that. Okay? So yes, you have a brain, wonderful. The brain's supposed to be as quiet like the rest of the organs. The only organ that's supposed to make sound is the heart. Let me tell you something. If the brain stopped, the heart can keep pumping. If the heart stopped, the brain will crash. Let me check and see if I'm still recording. Yes, I'm still recording. So yeah, so you get the good information. I'm touching on these things. Now, let me tell you this. I am is the way to. I am is the focus. Get back to wake up as I am. I am is what you are. The brain didn't create you. You don't need to be getting somebody. Don't need to be hip. I've been through all that stuff. I've studied. I've read all these books. Napoleon Hill, T.H.I.N.K. and Go Rich. No, I know a lot of beings read those books and that didn't help them because this is not the power source. The brain is not the power source. The brain is not the creator. I am is the creator. This invisible, almighty, infinite, everlasting isness, never changing, constant, unmovable self you are is the creator. You're the infinite seer. The brain cannot create that. There's a guy named Muji. Look at one of my videos. And I have discovered who you are. He said, you cannot know who you are in your head. How can, I was talking to a lady at Whole Foods, and she said, oh my gosh, everything you're saying makes so much sense. And she said, but I just got to go wrap my head around this. And I looked at her and I said, ma'am, you can never wrap finite around infinity. Everything I said is infinite. So you can't go home and sit down and try to wrap your head around this. All she was telling me was she lives in her head. And I took her out of her head for a moment. And when I took her out, she got uncomfortable. So she was saying to me, let me go wrap my head around what she was really saying subtextually. Let me go back to where I'm comfortable, even though it's not the best place. I'm comfortable being in my head. That's what she said. She was comfortable being in her head. This other information was resonating with her and making her feeling good, but her brain was telling her, hey, that's not what you and I we don't do that. So she went back to her servant. Excuse me. She went back to her master. Her brain is her master, and she's a servant to her brain. When the brain should be the servant to the master you are. So when she said she got to go wrap her head around this, and I know some of you out there probably said that too, all you're going to do is go sit somewhere. You cannot wrap finite around infinity. But infinity already created finite and has encompassed finite. So what she should have said was, whoo, I'm a little bit uncomfortable because I'm used to being in the head, and this is totally outside the box, outside the head. But I love what I'm hearing here. And then she could have even been more beneficial to herself to say, I already know this is way too grand for me to try to, intellectually break down. I like to use the term understand instead of understand. I like to understand and overstand because you don't prefer to understand anyone or anything, but understand and overstand everyone and everything. Don't ever put yourself under something. You are a creative being. You are I am. That's the real you. That's your true identity, which is your divinity. And let me tell you something. I'm going to read this. If you go through this whole life and don't realize that you I am, you will perish in the mistakes that you make. Okay. Your mistaken identity, if you hear, this will, okay. This will create lessons after lessons, after lessons, after lessons. This will create blessings after blessings, after blessings, after blessings. Let me tell you, I am much better living a life as blessings than ones as lessons. So if you go through life and you don't ever come to the realization that you're I am, that's a great mistake. And that's called the greatest, that's called the only, that's the only S-I-N. And then right here, I'm going to find this verse where it says, if you don't wake up, hold on, let me find this. Stay with me. Stay with I am, not me. Stay with I am. So I'm going to find something, read something to you with some being. So Matthew 6:15. But whom do you say that I am? See that? Matthew 6:15. Now I'm going to find this verse here and read this to you. What would happen to you if you never let yourself wake up out of that head? Wish I had turned to. Just stay with I am. You watching I am go through some of the research. We're gonna come back to these two verses, but I'm gonna read this one verse to you that you can be 100% sure that you're going to experience if you never wake up and all the mistakes. Okay, so I'll say this. This is John 8:32. You shall know the truth, which is I am. And that truth as I am shall set you free from this. John 8:32. And the verse that I was looking for, I'm just going to have to go ahead and speak the verse. I may not have the verse exact, but verse goes like this. If you stay in a mistaken identity, which is being up here, and believing who you are, if you stay as that mistaken identity, you will perish in you. I'm going to go ahead and say you too, because you are the mistake. You will perish in your mistakes. That means your whole life would be mistaken people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events, and experiences. You'll stay there, and your whole physical life will perish right there. But when you wake up to the realization that you're I am, then you have known the truth you are, which is I am, and that truth has set you free from a mistaken identity. Because your true identity is you divinity, which is I am. You're set free. So now you won't perish in the mistaken identity and all the people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events, and experiences that come out of this mistaken identity. You'll now move here. This is the truth that set you free from that. Now, listen to this. I'm going to read this to you. Have I told you that I am? Therefore, if you seek I am, let all these other things go their way. That's John 8:18. Have I told you that I am? Yes, you told that I am in Exodus 3 through 3:14, Matthew 6:15. Then, since you know I am, let all these other things go their way. In parentheses, what are these other things? The brain, the information here. Let these go. What? In parentheses, law of attraction, subconscious mind, laws of the universe. Remember, before the universe was, I am. So if the universe does have, let's say the universe do have laws. Let's say the universe does have laws. Well, I am is before the universe, so I am not subject to those laws. Because I am before the universe. And before the world I put in the universe. And before Abraham, before any man or woman was put on earth, I am. So I'm not subject to anything that I've created. I'm the creator. But if you act as a created, then you are subject by your own actions and your own choice. Because you are preferred to praise and worship a mistaken identity, which is not you divinity. Now listen to this. As soon as he had said unto, I'm going to read this verse again. So have I told you that I am? Therefore, if you seek I am, let these, I just named them. So subconscious mind, law of attraction, mind, etc., let them go their way. Anything that's created, being in the head, because I create this. This is created. Let it go this way. Let all the noise go this way. That's John 8:58. Now watch this. As soon as he had said unto them, who's this he? Let's take out the word he. As soon as I am has said unto them, in parentheses, who's the them? Laws of attraction, subconscious mind, laws of the universe, whatever else they created. As soon as I said unto them, I am they. Subconscious, mind, law of attraction, mind. Any other false thing they made you worship. They went backwards and fell to the ground. That's John 8:18:6. John 18:6. That means they had no power to stand on their own. Law of attraction, subconscious mind, laws of the universe, they're powerless. They're false concepts that were sold to you. And you are the real deal, making them appear real. And the moment you say, I am, you snatch the power, the I amness and the power you are out of those false things. And they go backwards and fall to the ground because they can't stand on their own. They've been living off you being ignorant as the self you are, that you I am. But that's okay. You have I amology. That's why I say I amology. The study is I am. I'm not a minister, not a preacher, not a deacon, not a pastor. This is not a sermon. This is a non-traditional, non-religious, joyful, happy, fun, loving, blissful, fun conversation. So if you like to call I am anything, you call me a non-traditional, non-religious, joyful, happy, fun, blissful, loving conversationalist. All right, so there we go. Now, the other thing I got on, here's the deal. When all of us come back here, I said something in one of my videos, and I'm touching on this now. Let me check and see if I'm still recording. Hold on. Yeah, I got some good recording time left. So I said, when I look at a woman, I don't have sexual ideas about her. No, I don't. When I was here in my head, I did. But when I look at a woman, I see I am wearing a female body. How are you going to look at I am and have sexual ideas? When I look at a woman, I look at a woman lovingly as the heart I am. So now you know what I mean. Don't believe, yes, I am a man. I'm created to be with a woman. This body right here that you're looking at doing this video is created to be with women. Period. There's no confusion here. You know, they said the author of confusion is the opposite of I am. The author of confusion is the opposite of I am. I am is not confusion. I am is certainty, clarity, straight to the point. Get up and look in the mirror. You got a male body. The perfect mate for you is a female body. Period. Now, do what you like to do. You can live the way you can live the man way, you can live I am's way. I am going to have you look at a woman lovingly, because I am is like, I'm that woman. I'm wearing that female garment. See, and then a lot of beings, they'll go look at a woman, and women do that with men. And then you believe you can have sex with them and not get connected, that I am going to connect you to. You always see that happen. Somebody look and they believe they can, and then you got some beings, they'll go, oh, I'll just be with her one time to avoid that connection. What's the use of that? Man, we're supposed to connect physically to bring forth the next generation. That's the reason we connect. That's the reason I may look at a woman, I go, wow, she's beautiful, wow, you know? But then I don't stop at her physical presence. Then first thing I start saying is, how's the heart? Because I'll tell you the truth. You know, problem solver, questions, answers, lessons, blessings. I've had enough lessons picking a woman just because how she looks. I go, now is she I am focused? If she's not I am focused, she can look beautiful all she like to. I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to put her down. If anything, I'll say something to bring her up. But I'm like, no, I can't connect with you, baby, because, you know, I love the heart I am, and I'm not trying to punish the heart I am because you up here. You know you look physically good, and you living from your head. So any other guy that come along and talk to you just because you got the physical presence, he can win you because he's being mental and you being mental. And so you two are a good match. But I am self, like Joshua 16:15 says, I don't know whom you serve, but for I am and I am house, I serve I am. I don't know whom you serve, but I do know whom you serve. You serve the head. But for I am and I am house, this physical body I serve I am. So I have no questions, no confusion about this body's supposed to be in a female body. I don't like to say a woman's body. The lady I am, this male I am, this man I am is made to be with a lady I am. Period. I amology, no apology, and no debate. I'm not apologizing for what I'm saying. Now, for any of you who probably believe, oh, he was that way, now you know I'm not. And I'm not going to be quiet about saying I'm straight, because I've been there before where you be quiet and then people don't know. Now you know. I'm straight and I love women. Period. Dig that? Got that? Keep that. And know that. See, on this channel, I'm touching as truth, baby. I'm speaking as truth. I touch on truth. Now, I ain't going to judge no one. Do what you're going to do. It's your life. It's the life I am gave you this life. It's I am's life. Anytime I am feel like taking I am back, your brain ain't going to be able to stop that, because the brain didn't create you. Remember this. That brain is the created. It's not the creator. So anytime I am feel like going, okay, enough of this. You know, I am be like, hey, I had enough of being punished, living the life as you. So I'm taking I am self back. What you call yourself, aka the body, it's going to drop, baby. Real talk. Man, my parents had 7 sons and 2 daughters. They used to sit us down and talk to us. They kept us right and straight, man. And that's something that a lot of children are missing these days. They don't have 2 parents at home. They try to make a woman a man and a woman. Can't do that. A man cannot teach his daughter what her mom can teach her. He can be a good dad, but it's something from that mother that little daughter needs. Same thing with a little boy growing up.